Gil Martin here, and welcome everybody to today's episode of the Daily Packers Post, where we bring you in-depth daily coverage of your Green Bay Packers every day, Monday through Friday. Don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Today, we're going to discuss the Packers' backup quarterback situation. There have been some rumors out there that the team may be interested in trading Malik Willis, who is entering the final year of his contract. But they should not be trading Willis unless something very specific happens. And let's review how we got to this point with Malik Willis. Last year, the Packers had Sean Clifford entering the second year of his NFL career. He was a draft pick in 2023. They added Michael Pratt in the seventh round of the draft. So there were two young quarterbacks competing for the backup spot behind Jordan Love. Unfortunately, neither one of them had a very good training camp or a very good preseason, and Matt LaFleur and company just did not have confidence in either one of them to be the primary backup. So Brian Gutekunst goes out and trades for Malik Willis. After the preseason is over, you have that gap week in between the end of the preseason and the start of the regular season. That's when they trade for Willis, who did not have the opportunity to practice a lot or to play in a preseason game. He had to do a crash course on the playbook. And yet, in the final series of the season opener in Brazil against the Eagles, Jordan Love gets hurt. Willis has to play the last 2 or 3 snaps. And then he had to start week 2 and week 3, despite this lack of a lot of prep time. But Willis did really well. He led the Packers to 2 wins, came off the bench later in the season and led them to a win over the Jaguars, and really did well. He completed 74.1% of his passes, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and averaged 10.2 yards per attempt, which is a very high number. Also very athletic, very mobile, ran 20 times for 138 yards and a score, and again, just did a really good job as the Packers' backup quarterback. And let's face it, if Willis didn't come through the way he did, it is very unlikely that the Packers would have been in the playoffs last year. So here we are getting ready for 2025. Willis is in the final year of his entry-level contract. He has a cap hit of a little more than $1.4 million. And after this coming season, he will be an unrestricted free agent unless he is signed to a new deal. Now, we know the NFL has a shortage of quality starting quarterbacks, and there are still some teams out there who either don't have a set starting quarterback or may be looking for an upgrade, and they may be willing to make an offer for Willis, who is 25. He'll turn 26 in May. And showed a lot of potential. He has a strong arm. He showed a lot of athleticism. So there's a lot there potentially. And you add to this situation that we're in right now the fact that Brian Gutekunst indicated last year that he wanted to go back to the Ron Wolf system of drafting a quarterback most years, not all, but most years on day 3 as a developmental prospect and somebody who, maybe on the practice squad, maybe the second or third string quarterback, but you bring him along, you develop him, and he serves as your backup. And what Wolf always did was trade guys away. So you had Mark Brunell, Matt Hasselbeck, Aaron Brooks, Ty Detmer, all these players backed up Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers, and then were traded for draft picks that helped the Packers continue to remain a really good football team, even though they were drafting 23rd, 28th each year in the draft because they kept winning. So getting these extra picks helped, and it was a good way to do business. So at the draft now, I don't think the Packers should trade Malik Willis unless some team comes away with an offer that just bowls the Packers over. And to me, that's going to mean a third-round pick or better, maybe a fourth, but certainly a third. Look, he's not going to be back in Green Bay in 2026 unless he just, Jordan Love maybe gets hurt or plays terribly and Willis steps in and does really, really well. So if you get that offer of a third-round pick, you can make a trade, but the good news is that the ball is in Brian Gutekunst's court. He doesn't have to do anything. He can risk losing Willis as a free agent, get whatever compensatory pick he might be able to get. And realistically, if there is no really unbelievable deal for Malik Willis, you hold on to him. You have that insurance policy of a quality backup. You probably draft a quarterback in one of the late rounds on day 3, put him on the practice squad and develop him. And, maybe he takes over if Willis leaves after next season, but there's no pressure on the Packers, and that's a good thing. So in my mind, you hold on to Malik Willis unless somebody really blows you away with an offer, and let's see if anybody actually does just that. Don't forget to check out our website at thepackerspost.com, where we have new articles Monday through Saturday, bringing you in-depth daily coverage of your Green Bay Packers. Hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'm Gil Martin. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of the Daily Packers Post. Have a great day, everybody. And of course, go Pack Go.